Your data is like gold to hackers, and they'll sell it to the highest bidder. Are you protected? McAfee helps shield you, blocking suspicious texts, malicious emails, and fraudulent websites. McAfee Secure VPN lets you browse safely, and its AI-powered text scam detector spots threats instantly. You'll also get up to $2 million of award-winning antivirus and identity theft protection, all for just $39.99 for your first year. Visit McAfee.com. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Would you wear the same shoes for every occasion? Or rock the same outfit 7 days a week? Of course not. Your style is better with options. Your investments could be too. Cboe Index options give you access to various contract sizes, global trading hours, and potential tax advantages. That's a good look for any portfolio. If you're ready to invest in style, head to betterwithoptions.com. There are risks associated with Cboe Company products. Review the disclosures and disclaimers at cboe.com/US_disclaimers.
Hey gang, today we're talking about how to quantify your trading state and an interesting take on eliminating your trading mistakes. I promise I didn't mean to rhyme there. I'm just so talented that it happens by accident. But welcome back to the Trading Coach Podcast, gang. As always, I'm your host, Akil Stokes. Thank you for joining. While you're listening to this episode, do me a favor. Leave me a rating and a review to tell me how awesome I am and to support the show. Also, make sure you share this on your socials. Now, very early on in my trading career, my mentor spoke to me a lot about trading psychology and trading kind of state, I guess you can call it. And understand that I got into trading similar to how most of you got into trading. I stumbled around the internet, fell upon something, and it happened to be the right path for me. Well, I stumbled upon a lot of things, fell in a lot of deep holes, tried a lot of things and failed. But eventually, I stumbled upon a path that ended up helping me out. And like many traders, even when stumbling upon that path of mentorship and coaching, I was just looking for the thing. I didn't really care about trading psychology. I just wanted the magic strategy, and I paid lots of money thinking that's what I would get. And lo and behold, right, as soon as my check cleared, I had access to this training course that was going to change my future forever. The first thing I was sent was a 90-page document on trading psychology. You can imagine the disappointment. One, I don't like to read. Two, I was so excited about, here it comes, holy grail alert, and I get a 90-page document. But this 90-page document was very useful. Obviously, I didn't really value it at the time, but I value it now heavily because I know what it actually takes to become a consistently profitable trader. And it was also a little bit of a test from my mentor to see like if I had what it took to be in his course, right? Those who kind of didn't read the document, he knew that they weren't serious. Those who did, he knew that they had a chance. And in this document and in conversations with one of my trading mentors at the time, they always spoke about only being active in the charts with live money when you are in the right trading mind state, meaning you're in the kind of the right position to trade. You're not emotionally unstable, whether that's from like a bad breakup, whether that's from lack of sleep, whether that's from sickness. There are many different things that can kind of control our emotions. And if we wake up and we find ourselves in that emotional state, we don't want to trade because emotions dictate a lot of our trading mistakes. And the more emotional we are, or the more we act on our emotions, I should say, the more likely we are to trigger those mistakes. And when we trigger those mistakes, we lose money. So he always spoke about doing a self-check in the morning, kind of to make sure that everything is right before you go. It's kind of like, if you're taking a car on a long drive, you go in, you make sure the oil's, at the proper levels, you make sure everything's running the right way before you venture off for the 6-hour road trip. Or, air pilots do this as well, where they have this checklist that they go through, boom, 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 just to kind of double check to make sure everything's right. And up until this point, we always thought about this as kind of a discretionary thing where it's like, you kind of judge your feeling based off, oh, I think I feel good. Oh, I think I feel bad. I feel a little bit sick, but not really sick. I had enough sleep, but maybe not enough sleep, right? There's so many gray areas in this. And in the conversation I'm going to share with you today, we actually had an idea where what if we can quantify this? What if we can kind of make this rules-based, right? Binary, yes, no, black, white, kind of like we do with our trading rules. What if we can make your trading state binary and rules-based? That way you have a single answer of yes, I should be trading or no, I shouldn't be trading. Wouldn't that be fun? Now, real quick, just on the heart rate thing, I think Kate asked it. You guys ever hear of something called Whoop? There's a whole bunch of heart rate things now. There's the Ring thing, which I'm interested in. But yeah, so I wore a Whoop for 2 years. Whoop is like you wear it on your wrist. It tracks everything, heart rate, stress, sleep, like everything you can think of. One of those full like health trackers. The cool thing about it was I was using it for sports, obviously. But the cool thing about it, so this is when I was still, my kids were younger and I wasn't getting any sleep. And I was concerned because like, I'm big on sleep as far as like, just sleep is everything, right? Sleep is what allows your body to recover. It's what allows your body to store information. It helps you longevity, like trading, like everything. Sleep is just like the greatest medicine ever, right? Instead of trying all these drugs, like just get 8 hours. Try to get 8 hours a night, 7 to 8 a night. When you get older, you don't need as much. But anyway, so I was using the Whoop because it would track something called your readiness score. And your readiness score is based off your, what you did the day before, your stress levels, your physical activity, and your sleep. And, what type of sleep you actually got. I thought I was getting a lot of sleep. I'd be like, oh, I'm getting 8 hours. But because I was up, 4 times a night with screaming kids, my deep sleep was really minimal. I was lacking on it. And I didn't know because I was wondering, I'm like, getting 8 hours of sleep, why am I still tired? I wasn't actually getting sleep. I was getting like that light sleep before you go into deep sleep, and I was waking up right before the deep sleep or not completing a REM cycle. But I was using it to track readiness for my workouts because if I had theoretically, if you had a good readiness score, a good recovery score, you can do a killer workout. Like your body is prepared to have a good workout. On the other hand, if your readiness score was like low, you probably should have an easy workout. So this is when I'm like triathlon training and stuff like that. I'm going for like 50-mile bike rides. If my readiness score was low, I didn't want to go for a 50-mile bike ride, get stuck out somewhere, bonk, like, just die, and then have to walk my bike back, the walk of shame. So I was tracking it because of that, and it actually was pretty accurate. I found it to be like, hey, and I don't know if it was mental or physical. It could be mentally, where if I saw that I wasn't ready, I automatically psyched myself into saying I couldn't do something, or vice versa. But I honestly did try to prove myself wrong. So like days when it said, you're not ready to do anything, I was like, F you. And I'd go out there and try to kill a workout, and I would just die. And other days where I would feel bad, but it'd be like, hey, you're ready. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to do a killer workout, and I'm going to die, and I'm going to prove you wrong. And I would actually feel good. So I think there was some legitimacy to it. And after I started trusting it like that, I was like, hey, why not use this for my trading? Because again, imagine newborn and you got 2 hours of sleep. What do we always talk about with trading? In trading, do you want to be actively day trading when you're not at your best? Like if you're hungover from the night before, should you be in the markets? Or if you're like Kate drinking wine, was it Kate? We're gonna say it was Kate. Whoever said the wine. If Kate's drinking wine, do you want to be actively trading the market? Like no, you're probably not in the best mood. So what I was trying to see was like, hey, on days if my score is really, really low, what if that affected my trading? Like, what if the days where I made more mistakes in the market, what if those were aligned with the days where my readiness score was low? And maybe that was something I can use to kind of judge my trading, where it's like, hey, if I'm in there's like a red, orange, yellow. If I'm in the red zone, do not trade. Like, that's my morning self-checkup instead of just kind of like discretionarily figuring it out, like saying, oh, I think I feel great. Nothing ever came from it. I wasn't able to make any connections. I think there's too much randomness in the market. There was what was tougher was because I was at the point where I wasn't really making a lot of mistakes regardless. So there wasn't really any correlation between, because there just wasn't a lot of mistakes. I'm sorry, I'm just too good. I didn't make a lot of mistakes, so it didn't end up being anything. But it was a cool idea to kind of test that. And if it did work, it would be something very subjective, right? Or no, I guess there'd be no subjectivity to it, of like trading day yes or trading day no. So I thought it'd be a cool idea. But yeah, it would be interesting to measure your heart rate and stuff like that. And I'll tell you what, we talk about the biggest way to avoid mistakes in trading is to avoid situations that you make mistakes in. So thinking about it, right? If Kate's in a trade or about to take a trade, and Kate sees that her heart rate is at blankety blank level, and she knows that whenever my heart rate is elevated to this level, I'm more likely to make a mistake. Maybe it's a FOMO, right? I'm waiting for a candle and it's ticking up and I want to enter now, but I can't enter now because I got to wait 15 minutes. And like, I'm going crazy. My heart rate's going up. My stress levels are going up. I know that I'm about to make a mistake and take the trade. What do you think Kate can then do? It's a really interesting topic now that you bring it up. What can Kate do? She can stay out, but more importantly, Kate can do a pattern interrupt. So staying out is the goal, yes. But you also don't want to miss good trading opportunities, right? Assuming it becomes one. So with Kate knowing that, hey, I have entered the level, like where she's about to make a mistake, Kate can now say like, okay, I see that I'm at the level where I'm about to make a mistake. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go do some push-ups. I'm going to do something to get away from the charts and pattern interrupt, bring the stress levels down and come back. Because typically that's all it takes, right? When you're in a highly stressed position with trading, all it takes is a little bit of a pattern interrupt. Like it literally, like if someone were to just come and slap you in the face every time your stress levels got high, you'd probably be a much better trader because you would just forget about the stuff that's on the chart for a second. Manny says, take a shot instead of drinking wine. You guys are wild today. What happened to you guys? You have a rough weekend? You guys, we wake up on a Monday morning, ready to start our week, and you guys have become alcoholics. What is wrong with you? Or says George, should I still slap him more? Hey, now let's keep this PG, guys. Let's keep this PG. I know we're drunk and wild now, and our lips are getting loose, and we're saying everything. But hey, kids are listening. Maybe there may be some minors listening to this. All right, my kids listen to the podcast, right? I don't want them hearing this when they get older and being like, oh my gosh, Dad. All right, but seriously, you can do some type of pattern interrupt where if you feel yourself getting out of control because you have that information, you can now say like, hey, I'm going to get away. And that could be the difference between you making a trading mistake and you not making a trading mistake. And we know that most of traders fail because of these mistakes. So, again, my story personally, I got good simply because I eliminated the dumb stuff. So that's actually a pretty good practice. All right, somehow we got there. Lots of wine and shots. Does that close the chapter on this CTS? Okay, here we go. Manny says, one other thing. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Hey, if you have any comments or ideas, this is a very interesting subject, at least to me it is. Feel free to leave them below. I would love to read through. I would like to follow up more on this as it's kind of just really cool, for lack of a better term. So feel free to participate and let me know what you think. Also, feel free to visit our website, www.tier1trading.com. We have courses, we have software, we have a great community, and of course, you have me, Akil Stokes, the awesomeness in itself. All right, thank you for checking out the podcast as always, and until next time, plan your trade, trade your plan. Take care.